you just gotta head out.
So she made
The whole building closes at 5, so you can go somewhere else.
She made a false police report. Is that an issue?
Kelly 307.
I mean, I don't know who you've dealt with before.
Yep.
My tone never changes. I'm always like this. I've been doing this a long time.
Yep.
She told the 911 dispatcher that we were being aggressive. At some point, she said we tried to enter through a door, which I'm assuming is this one. She said that we might. She said that we might be armed.
Perspective, she's just trying to do her job.
So making a false police report is just perspective.
Okay.
I haven't done
exactly what was said
anything,
on
so
the
I haven't
911
done a
call.
police
All I know is what
report.
we got.
Today's body cam footage takes us to Westfield City Hall in Westfield, Massachusetts, where a government employee calls police after 2 men enter the building with cameras. The employee claims she fears for her safety, while the men argue they're simply exercising their constitutional rights and conducting a public records request. As always, we'll break down exactly what happened, examine both sides of the encounter, and discuss the legal and practical issues involved.
Calling because I have these 2 gentlemen who walked in here with all these phones recording me.
Yeah.
They refused to identify themselves when I asked them if I could help them with anything or why they were recording me.
Okay.
He started raising his voice and telling me he doesn't owe me anything, that he's a citizen and he can do whatever he wants. He still refused to tell me why he's here. I'm the only person in this office right now. I feared for my life. I don't know if he's armed. He's had this whole attitude the whole time while I'm fearing for my life, not knowing who he is or why he's here.
So unfortunately, this is City Hall.
Mm-hmm.
It's a public place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have all the right in the world to do,
Okay.
record and do whatever they want. They don't have to have business to be here,
Mhm.
since it is public. Okay, so
Thank
they
you for
can
letting me know. I
they
appreciate
can
that.
be here. They can be recording. It's their whole First
You-
Amendment right.
Okay.
Okay.
So I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to my
So
camera.
if they want to stand here and record, they can.
Now, I do have to close the office at 4 o'clock, so I don't want to have any altercations with them because I do have to close it at 4
We
o'clock.
can
So
hang out until you leave.
I still don't know like what they're
We can-
doing, so
we
I
can-
don't feel comfortable
we
with
can
them
hang
recording
around.
me, even
They're
though
doing
like I know that I'm in a
this
public
just to get
place.
this
But
reaction.
We
I
are.
appreciate that if you.
So-
I know that this is kind of a waste of.
So this guy in the back
Yeah.
is obviously the
I've never had
punk.
this happen before, and again, even if
He doesn't-
I come in and looked around the office and I said, hey, I'm here.
Man, listen.
What's your purpose?
What's your purpose?
I'm talking to this guy.
I know, just don't go
Negative
behind my back. Just stand
attitude,
there.
and
I'm good, man.
sorry,
I don't
was
take your
just,
attitude.
again, I'm just the only one here in this office.
Yep.
He's the janitor.
He's taken
He's taken
her word at face value.
This is a common reaction during what are often called First Amendment audits. Many government employees aren't accustomed to citizens filming inside public buildings. When someone refuses to answer questions and continues recording, it can create uncertainty. However, from a legal standpoint, simply recording in a public area and refusing to identify oneself generally isn't a crime. The responding officer immediately recognizes this. He explains, "This is City Hall. It's public. They have every right to record. This sets the tone for the encounter."
Which she's saying is very different than what happened.
So
Well-
would you like to tell me what you're doing here?
So
Yeah, I don't mind, man. I talk to
Well,
everybody.
Sure.
So
we'll hang around with you.
came in to do a
It's
record
just,
request
like,
upstairs.
not much we
This
can
place
do
is
about it.
massive.
We have
So I came in this door. This was the first office I
Come
passed.
4 o'clock,
So I
you
walked in
tell them they gotta
and she
leave.
asked if
If they wanna
she
go
could help
somewhere else
us.
in the building,
Or me,
close
and
the
I
whole
said,
building, close
I don't
the
need
door.
help, thank you very much. She asked what we're doing. Instead of being like the people that you're talking about that are looking for those reactions, I told her what I'm doing. I'm engaging in
We'll
public.
hang around.
And
Oh, this was handheld. I put it down just to fire this phone.
obviously, you have the intent.
So,
to-
but no, but yeah, I told her that I'm recording.
Yeah.
And she said, what are you recording for? And I said, I'm recording you because you work for the government.
Right.
And then she pulled out her phone. I asked her not to delete the footage because I'd like to request it as part of a records request. And she said,
Well, it's her own personal phone.
yeah, but she's using it, creating a public record. So I can request it. It's protected under FOIA. But anyways, I've never got denied one. I think I got over 2 dozen. But anyways, the point is she's saying,
So if it's
she's saying that we're being
closed, if
aggressive.
it's closed,
We're not being
if you're
aggressive.
you're in here after.
So she made a false police report, which is punishable up to 2 years in the Framingham Women's Prison.
This is one of the strongest moments of the interaction. Rather than escalating the situation, the officer explains the law to the complainant. Good policing often involves education rather than enforcement. The officer doesn't automatically side with the caller. Instead, he evaluates the facts. That's exactly what officers are expected to do. His explanation is relatively calm. He argues that he wasn't seeking confrontation, but simply documenting a government building while conducting business. Whether viewers agree with his methods or not,
Got a call too.
Okay.
You guys were filming her and making her feel uncomfortable. That's why we're here.
She filmed me,
Okay.
but I didn't call the police because it made me feel uncomfortable
sure you
because
were-
I'm in
sure you were
public.
filming her first.
So
And
what's the
you gotta
problem?
understand
What's
that
the
this
problem with
behavior is not
her?
exactly normal. So
There's cameras all over City
Right,
Hall.
but I understand exactly what
What's
you're trying to do.
what's abnormal about
She's
it?
not familiar with it.
If I was trying to, like you said when you came in, this is what they're trying to do, get a reaction. If that were the case,
Yep.
my behavior would be a lot different because I can cuss without restriction
Yep.
as long as I'm not engaging in violent, loud, or tumultuous behavior or I'm threatening somebody.
Yep.
I could be legally protected
Yep.
way worse than I am right now. Yes or no?
Yes.
And I'm not.
Right.
Have I been rude or called anyone
No.
names? Have I been basically respectful
No,
the whole
but
time?
I know what your motive is.
What is my motive then?
Exactly this.
I mean, if that was my motive, wouldn't I
Okay.
behave
Do you
in the
have a
way
YouTube
that we
channel?
already discussed?
You have a YouTube channel?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what
So
do
are
I
you
do?
doing a public
What do
record?
I?
Is
What
that-
do
is
I?
that the
What
whole
do I?
point being here?
Hold on one second. What do I do on my YouTube channel? Because you don't know me, but I think you're
I'm
casting
assuming it's
out.
this.
Which is what?
First Amendment auditing.
Okay, but the way that you're saying it is if we're trying to elicit some sort of negative reaction.
I believe that you are.
Okay, so
That's just my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion.
So do you
keep it
think
to
that-
yourself, because when you say it to
fine.
people like this, now she's gonna take that in her mind and give it to somebody else like that, and you know that's not the situation. So you're making
No, I know the
a worse
situation.
situation
No, you're
even
getting
worse.
upset with me
We're
because I
talking-
know
I'm
what
not.
you're
I'm
trying
not
to do.
upset. How am
So,
I upset?
what,
You-
I
what
talk
was
about
the
your
purpose of
retirement.
bringing you? Were you
You
coming
are
to get
retired.
records?
Okay.
I was
You know
coming to
it,
get
and
records.
You know it.
This building's enormous,
Okay.
so this is the
Well,
first office I passed. So I came in here and she started being a bitch.
Why'd you become a cop?
So what kind of
Huh?
records are you trying? I can
Why'd
put you in the
get
right,
involved?
right
I need-
place that you're
I
trying
need
to
Why
be.
do you
all
brush your teeth?
lawsuit-
Why do you brush your teeth?
This is where emotions increase. It's important to separate allegations from proven facts. The employee genuinely may have felt threatened. The auditor genuinely may believe she exaggerated. Both can honestly perceive the same event differently. The body cam itself doesn't conclusively prove intentional false reporting. This exchange is interesting. The officer appears familiar with First Amendment audit channels. The auditor pushes back, arguing that his conduct has been respectful. Neither side fully agrees, but the discussion remains relatively controlled.
All settled lawsuits
Don't ask
from
questions you don't know,
2017
Yeah.
through
No,
2025.
I don't
For
you know
what?
all the-
For,
you know-
so
you know what-
specifically,
you know
any
what-
lawsuits the town has, the city has settled
Okay.
from that time frame.
Okay.
Like, so if someone has sued the city,
Yeah.
I'd like the amounts of those lawsuits that
Okay.
were settled and how many of them were.
So there, when you first walk in, there's a bulletin board, right? And
Okay,
then
am I
there's
threatening you in any
There's
way?
stairs. If you go up those stairs, right? There is another bulletin board, and those will give you the proper
Okay.
areas that you need to be in records, right?
Yeah.
Or you need to be at
Well,
the
I
clerk-
assume,
clerk's
I
office.
assume town clerk, city clerk.
Yeah,
What's your
so the
YouTube
clerk,
channel?
yeah, the records or clerk's office will be your best point of
What's this?
reference. Okay, I
Okay.
believe that's the second
That's
floor.
fine.
See,
So
this is easy. This my
that's where
voice
you
has never
need to be.
changed. I don't know who you've had interaction with before.
Either.
You obviously see videos on YouTube and you think that everyone's the same. I've been doing this for a decade. I'm one of the largest channels that does this. I have just as many positive videos on my channel as I do negative videos. I don't come in seeking any interaction, and I'll tell you one thing. This lady working over here, she's low hanging fruit. If I want, I didn't even try. I just came in
I'm sure
with my
she's very good at
camera.
her job. This is
I
just
all
not
I
a
did
normal occurrence.
was come in to ask directions, and then that's what I got. If I
There's a
wanted to
directory
try
by
and
the elevator.
if I wanted to try and trigger her, that would have been easy. So I don't know why you're being a
I
prick.
asked you why you were here and you refused to
Just
tell me
don't-
why.
I don't owe you
Don't
answers to
inter-
your questions.
Don't interrupt.
Okay?
Okay?
Okay.
Just do your job, do what you need to do for the night, close up, don't interrupt.
You wasted resources. You called armed men over people committing no crime that weren't even being aggressive with you. Like,
This is where emotions increase. It's important to separate allegations from proven facts. The employee genuinely may have felt threatened. The auditor genuinely may believe she exaggerated. Both can honestly perceive the same event differently. The body cam itself doesn't conclusively prove intentional false reporting. This exchange is interesting. The officer appears familiar with First Amendment audit channels. The auditor pushes back, arguing that his conduct has been respectful. Neither side fully agrees, but the discussion remains relatively controlled.
we could get all crazy if we wanted to, and we don't.
Do you want to head up to the clerk's office so you can get your paperwork?
Now I'm gonna walk around. I don't know
I
what,
mean,
what
you
your
can-
problem
you can walk
is,
around.
bro.
I don't have a
He
problem.
give you his name and badge number.
Sure did.
This office closes at what time?
4
4
o'clock.
All right,
o'clock.
let's hang out until 4.
Alright.
This is how we want to fucking do things. Let's fucking do things this way. I appreciate you being professional. I have no problem with you. I have no problem with police. I don't even dislike cops. Okay, I think there's bad in every profession. For example, there's shitty people that work in this office. She's a prime example.
I'm
But
sure
I'm
she's
not
a
going to have
wonderful
someone.
person.
You sure I'm a wonderful person?
Sure.
Okay, then why come in with all the hostility?
I don't have
Like
any
you were pretty
hostility.
certain we're just here
No,
to
I was
try and get a
explaining to
reaction.
her what you're doing.
But the way you explained it was as if this was our goal. Like I want to come in, put my life in danger, and have some woman
Your life's
tell
not in
police.
danger.
She told police that I was being aggressive, trying to come through a door, and that I might be armed.
Okay, well.
How are you going to respond accordingly? Which isn't your fault, but if you get a call where there's some sort of dangerous activity, you're going to respond to that call differently than you would if someone's locked out of their house and they need assistance, right? Because you need to be ready to evaluate the situation
So we didn't
and
get
act
any
accordingly.
information about you guys possibly being armed. We just,
Well, that's what she said.
you were bothering her and filming her. And
Yeah,
she felt
well,
uncomfortable.
she made a false police report, which I'm not even gonna pursue because she's gonna lose her job anyways.
This is probably the most
Guys, went to
productive part
Westfield
of the
City Hall
encounter.
in Westfield,
Instead of arguing
Massachusetts.
about cameras, they solve the original problem. The officer helps the citizen find the correct department. This demonstrates good customer service while maintaining order. This reveals an important aspect of modern First Amendment audits. Many creators document government interactions online. Supporters say they're promoting accountability. Critics argue they're creating unnecessary conflict. Viewers often disagree about where the line should be drawn.